afternoon and good evening to you. It's going to be the tube. Hope well today. Hope you're feeling grand, all well in your world. Pedal demo again for you today. The King Bee. Let me just give you a closer look. Okie dokie doo-dah, the King Bee buzzing around, making a lot of noise. Anyway, weird song. Let's get to the demo, shall we? So, what is the King Bee? It's just basically a straight up overdrive pedal. You know, nice and simple. Bass control, treble control, gain control, level control. That seems to be about unity for me. So the level I'm going to leave there, but I'll show you the gain, the treble, and the bass. You've also got a three-way switch here. So you got like an in the middle, a lower setting, and then a higher setting. And down all the way is like a really kind of like clean boost setting. In the middle there's a lot of gain in the middle, and kind of like a mid gain at the top. I'm guessing I think the middle one is like a mid boost as well, but I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds that way to me, and I like the middle one the best anyway. But yeah, this has been very kindly lent me to demo it and bring it to you lovely people out there in the YouTube land by a friend of mine, and I've got another one of these pedals I'll be demoing as well this week, but I can't tell you about that just yet. It's not a secret, but I just haven't done it yet. But anyway, so without further ado, let's get to more sounds on the King Bee. I'm running through the CL120, that was nice and blurry over there. And I'm going to start with my 60s reissue white Strat, and I'm going to switch to the lemon drop, and yeah, we'll go through it. I'm going to show you the gain structure in this pedal first, in the middle mode. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do first. I'll show you the modes quickly, just on this setting as it is. And then I'll show you the gain, the treble, and the bass all on the middle setting, and the up setting and the down setting, just to let you know you can hear all variables, if you will. So, without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? That was okay, so just to let you know, I'm running through the clean channel of the CL120 today. I will show it through the dirty channel as well, but in a bit. But first I want to show you just straight through a clean channel. So turn the pedal off for a sec. This is just the bypass sound. I've got volume on 10, bass on 2, and treble on 2, and it gives me this sound. So just, you know, a nice kind of like, you know, nice clean sound to lay pedals on, so to say. Nice little bed for them. A bed of roses, if you will, to lay the pedal on nice and clean and neatly. Haha, anyways, that's weird. Okay, so, King Bee. What I'm going to show you first is the mode switch, the 3-position mode switch, which you saw in the close-up just now. Basically, all the way down is like a clean boost setting. Which I need to kind of mess around with the EQ for to get it kind of sounding right, which I'll talk about in a sec. In the middle is kind of like the highest kind of gain setting, and that's where I like it most. It's really nice. It's like borderline fuzz pedal, which makes me really happy. And then all the way up is like a mid-boosted. It seems like it's a mid-boosted, low end, a bit boosted, kind of like mild, well, not mild distortion. It's still a lot of gain there, but it's kind of more of a medium kind of distortion. So kind of like all the way down is like super clean. In the middle is like, you know, high gain, and then up top is kind of like a medium kind of gain with kind of mid boosts, so to say. So so again, just so you know, this is the orange on its own, and this is activating the King Bee on mode. I'll call it mode 1, the low gain setting. And I'm going to boost up the treble for this one because it's a very dark sound otherwise. So this is now gain all the way up on 10 on the King Bee, treble and bass at 12 o'clock, and level is at 11 o'clock, and it sounds like that. So it just adds a little bit. It just adds that kind of like, you know, it pushes the clean sound into that kind of breakup territory, which is quite nice. It's a little bit too clunky for me. I would like it to retain a little bit more of the amp and not add so much mids, because this just the CL20 on its own. I quite like that. I'd like it to retain that character, and it doesn't. It boosts the mids. And it's just like a little bit too much of a clunk there for me. It kind of interferes with that kind of. It doesn't. It doesn't flow very well for me. But anyway, so that's mode 1. That's like the clean boost setting. So I'm going to switch up to mode 2 now, which is kind of a high gain. Leave the gain at full whack. I'm going to turn the treble all the way down, and this is my happy place on this pedal. So again, level, sorry, is at 11 o'clock, gain is all the way up, bass is at 12 o'clock, treble is all the way down now, so it's at like 7 o'clock, and it just sounds glorious. Oh yes. Ah. That is lovely. That is a lovely. I like that sound. It appeals to my dark tone that I have in my head. That really appeals to me. Okay, so that's mode 2 in the middle. And much as it pains me to tear me away from it, I'm going to go put the switch all the way up to mode 3 now, which is kind of like a medium gain, mid boost kind of sound. So pushing it all the way up now. No, I'm not going to touch the settings. Get this. It just seems to have a bit more honk. If that's even great terminology there, Dave. It's just got a little bit more honk. It's like someone's got hold of its nose a little bit more. It's definitely got less gain. It's got less gain on it. It seems to have more mids pushed on it, a bit more low end as well. Yeah, it's definitely got a bit more of a fatter kind of a bottom end, so to say, to it. So that's the mode switch, and there's a lot you can get out of it. But I will say that the gain dial on this, which I'm going to talk about in a sec, only really does anything past half. Below half, it kind of doesn't do anything. So, nice little segue. Let's get into the gain dial. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the mode back in the middle, as that's the kind of mode with the most gain, and it's my favourite place. And I'm going to show you the gain from all the way off to all the way fully up, which you kind of heard already, but I thought I'd kind of like go through that and let you hear it. Because like I say, 12 o'clock backwards, there's nothing there, and it's a bit, it seems a bit wasted to me. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so let's get to the gain dial. Okay, so we're in the high gain mode, the switch is in the middle. I ain't touched EQ, so treble's still all the way off. Bass is at 12 o'clock, level is at 11 o'clock, gain I'm going to turn down now all the way. So now gain is on nothing, and it sounds lifeless. Just to give you an idea, this is just a CR120 on its own. And then you have the MKII, and it doesn't seem to do anything. I mean, I can boost the treble. That's treble all the way up now. And that's only really when it starts to kind of come alive, but it's not really, there's nothing there really with the gain on nothing. So boosting the gain to 1/4 now, still pretty much nothing. It's just really flat, lifeless, dull. Bringing up gain to 1/2 now, it starts to come alive, but I still really feel this pedal needs to gain 3/4 or all the way up. It could be just the amps I'm using, and also like the sound I'm after is that kind of fat overdrive kind of sound. But 1/2 starts to bring it alive a bit more. If we boost the treble up to 1/2, maybe. So that's really cool. That's the gain at 1/2. It starts to come alive there at the moment you bring in the treble. Without the treble dial, it's just, again, it's still quite flat. But the moment you roll the treble dial into about 10 o'clock it really sounds, it's starting to come alive, and I really want to try this setting with the Les Paul, which I'll try again in a bit with the lemon drop, because I like that sound. I think that'll sound really nice with humbuckers. So now I'm going to put the treble back down to 0. Gain now on 3/4. Starts to make me very happy. Just big, fat, dark sounding, and then gain all the way up. When you're on the neck pick of it on the lower register down here, it almost goes into fuzz territory, which makes me very happy. Doesn't quite have the right tone for that, but it's nice. Whoa, face. That was not a good face. I know that was not a good face. Okay, sorry about that one. Don't have nightmares, please. Okay, so that's the gain dial, and like I say, it's on the lower settings. It doesn't, I say anywhere past below 12 to all the way off, it doesn't seem to have anything there. It's just a very lifeless, dull, flat sound. So if you have one of these, just have the gain fairly cranked up. I would say anywhere from 1/2 upwards is good. But anywhere, below that, there seems to be a bit nothing-y for me, and I don't know. If anybody's got one of these, let me know your experiences out there. I'd love to know, because this has been my experience with this pedal. I don't know if it's because I'm using kind of British style sounding amps. I don't know what it sounds like through a brighter amp like a Fender. I don't know if that would change it or anything. I don't actually have an amp like that, a voice like that. But anyway, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch over to kind of show you the EQ section, the bass and the treble dial. I'm going to start with the treble. I'm going to leave the pedal on mode 2, the mid, kind of like, you know, the high gain one, and show you the treble. Actually, I'll show you the EQ on all modes, because then, you know, because it interacts differently with each mode. So I'll show you it on the clean mode, the high gain mode, and the mid gain mode first. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to switch the King Bee to clean mode. I'm going to put both EQs at 12 o'clock. I'm going to leave the gain flat out and leave both EQs at 12 o'clock, and I'm going to kind of cut and boost, so to say. So let's start with bass. So at this point in time, bass is at halfway, and yeah, everything else is the same. So gain's all the way up, levels at 11 o'clock, treble and bass are both at 12 o'clock, and we're on the clean boost setting. So it sounds like this. Almost. A bit of time closer with the Les Paul. So that's bass all the way, well, bass at half. So I'm going to lower the bass now to a quarter, and it should thin it up a bit. Kind of. Bass all the way off now. Okay, so rolling the bass up to now to 3/4. This is going to get really, really fat. And then bass all the way up. Way too much low end, but it's nice to know it's there if you need it. So I'm going to put the bass down now back to half, and I'm going to show you the treble. So this is, say, treble at 12 o'clock. Treble down to a quarter. Then treble down to nothing, gives us lifelessness. It's okay, but it's not fantastic. Okay, so treble all the way up now to 3/4. Whoa. So yeah, that's treble all the way. This is treble now all the way up. I'm going over here, and that's enough of that. That's just. That is a B. I don't like that. Okay, so putting the EQ back to both at 12 o'clock, bass and treble at 12 o'clock. Hey! Easy, Dave. So now we're going up to the high gain setting. I'm going to start with treble on 0 this time. And I'm going to go to bass first, though, but I'm going to put treble down to 0. Okay, so that's bass on half, rolling bass down to a quarter. Strange, it doesn't seem to do much until you get it all the way off. Nice. Okay, so bass now on 3/4. It's going to get boomy. That's fat. That's probably going to destroy the microphone and the camera. Okay, so bass now all the way up. This is going to get heavy. That's got more boom than a cannon. Okay, so moving on to treble now. That's treble all the way off. Treble on a quarter. Ooh, I like that. Treble on a half now, and mode 2, the high gain. Like that. The treble dial is very, very responsive. Treble on 3/4. And then treble on full up. Okay, yeah, that's enough of that. That's just gnarly all the way up. It sounds really nice. I thought it actually sounded really quite nice on a quarter. Yeah, that's quite nice actually, it being on a quarter. Okay, so I'm going to switch the King Bee up to final mode now, the medium kind of gain mode, so to say, and show you it again. I'm actually going to, I'm going to turn the treble back down again to nothing, and I'm going to go to the bass dial first. Okay, so switch to medium gain mode, medium gain and mid boost mode, medium gain, mid boost and bass boost mode, I don't know, where am I? Who am I? So that's bass at a half, bass down to a quarter. That works a lot more on this setting than it did on the other two settings. Actually, I can hear the difference between half and a quarter. Yeah, it's really interesting how the EQ part of this pedal reacts with different modes. Like how the bass style didn't seem to do much at a quarter on the other two modes, on the clean boost and the high gain, but it does a lot more on this mid boost kind of mode, which is very interesting, very cool. I quite like it. Okay, so bass now all the way down. You can really hear the honks, the mid range there. Quite nice. I think the top setting actually works best with the bass at a quarter, so I'm going to leave it there. So I'm going to show you the treble now. So this is treble all the way off. Rolling the treble into a quarter. Absolutely nothing there. No difference. So I'm going to put it to half. There, I can hear the difference now. That's interesting. Treble on 3/4 now. It's going to get waspy, or BE, if BE, if you will, and then treble all the way up, which is a bit gnarly. What's it like about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock? Sounds nice at 11 o'clock. Very interesting. It's interesting how the bass dial had more influence on the medium gain, that switch all the way up, than the treble did. So on the medium gain setting with the switch all the way up, the bass did more than the treble dial did. But on the other two settings, the treble did more than the bass dial did. If that makes any sense. I don't know how well that will come across, but that's the way it seems to me. Just kind of playing with it now, it's kind of role reversal. That is. That's very interesting. Like what works with the clean boost and the high gain is totally reversed when you have the switch all the way up with the kind of a mid boost. Interesting. I'll say, let me know what you hear in YouTube, because I'm curious about that. But yeah. But I've got to say, my favourite setting is still mode 2, the switch in the middle. I actually really like the treble at quarter, actually. It's really nice. This now. hints of feedback. It's nice. How does it clean up? Don't clean up particularly well though, I've got to say. So yeah, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch over to the dirty channel, the CL120, and let you hear it over an already kind of like overdriven signal, so to say. So let's do that, shall we? Turn off Mr. B for a minute, and switch over to dirty channel on CR. Okay, so switched over to the dirty channel now, the CL120. I've got volume on 10, treble, middle and bass are all on 0, and I've got gain at 5, and it gives me this kind of sound. So not massively overdriven, just kind of like classic kind of rock kind of sound. You know, just not lashings of gain, but there's kind of like a nice kind of like level, says it. So, adding the King B, I'm going to leave the EQ as it is and go through the modes and see how it reacts differently. So first I'm going to use my favourite setting, the kind of like the high gain mode. So switch in the middle, gain all the way up, treble at a quarter, bass on half, and level at 11 o'clock. I'm going to see how that goes over top first. Where does it push the amp into? So that's just the CL120. Add in the B. It's very quiet. Very quiet. There's only a little bit more hiss. Too dark, and we're going to boost up the treble to half. That's nice. It really gave me a lot of, it gives you a lot of really nice kind of singy sound. Dark enough for Mr. Eric, but nice sound nonetheless. I don't know why it inspired me to play that. That is weird, but that's really nice. I like that a lot. So I'm going to leave the EQ where it is for the time being. We're going to go down to the clean mode now. So turning the B off. This is just back to the CL120. See how this changes it. It's made it darker. That's interesting. It's brighter without it. This is fattening it up a bit. Let's boost the treble up to a 3/4. nice. That's really cool. So I'm going to put the treble back to half now and go for the medium gain mode, the mid-pushed kind of mode, all the way at the top. Treble and bass are at half, gain's still all the way up, and the levels at 11 o'clock still. So let's do a comparison. CL120. Sounds very dark now. And add in the King B. I'll buy that. Okay, so switch over to the lemon drop now to show with humbuckers, how it does with humbuckers. So what I'm going to do basically, I'm just going to kind of fly through it now and show you the 3 different modes with different EQs basically with humbuckers. So just straight sound on the CL120 with the lemon drop is this. Just kind of like sorry, kind of edge of breakup kind of thing, right? So I'm going to start with the clean boost setting now on the King B with the humbuckers. So just so you know, not much has really changed really. I've got gain all the way up, level is at 11 o'clock still, but bass and treble are both at 12 o'clock. And it just kind of like pushes it a little bit more. Almost. Sorry, Paul Kossoff. Oh my god. Really does. It just pushes it into that kind of nice, nice kind of broken up kind of distortion setting. So now I'm going to go to mode 2, which is the high gain setting. I'm going to leave a bass and treble where they are actually, leave them on half. No, I'm not, I'm going to lower the treble, I don't really like that. So treble's down to a quarter. Actually, I'm going to put the about. It's about between 10 and 11 o'clock now, the treble. coil seems to react a lot better to humbuckers than it does single coils. I don't know if that was the way it was designed, but from me playing it over the last couple of weeks of borrowing it, it's definitely like humbuckers more when it has single coils. You can get some really nice kind of fat, fuzzy sounds out of single coil, but it seems to lend itself a lot more with its mid-range kind of sound to the humbuckers. It seems to just prefer them. I don't know. I mean, I still love the sound of it with single coils, but it likes, it likes this guitar more, I think. Excuse me, it's disgusting. I do apologise, I'm so sorry. Okay, so that's... What was that setting? It was gain on half, wasn't it? What happens when you put pretty much everything at half? Now that's a cool sound. That live version of Green Man Unleashed, Peter Green hits 2 notes and it's just... Oh. Oh, that man. Okay, so going up to medium gain now, we've still got that to do, and it sounds like this. Kind of mid-range. Sounds like Billy Gibbons. That's a cool sound. That is like the Billy Gibbons setting right there. Gain on full, treble and bass at 12 o'clock and level at 11 o'clock on the medium gain mode. It does seem to lend itself to that humbucker sound more. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm going to switch over to the Dirty channel on the CR120 now and let you hear the modes. I'm going to leave the EQ where they are. Actually. I'm going to leave the gain on full whack. I'm going to leave the treble and bass at 12 o'clock, and I'm going to go through the mode, starting on clean mode, through the Dirty channel, CR120. Let's see what it does to that sound. Okay, so switching over, Dirty channel. This is just the... No, it's not. Off keys for a second. This is just the CR120 on its own. So I put the mids on the CR120's Dirty channel to 2, just to brighten up. It's a little bit too dark. So anyway, enough playing around. That's just the CR120 on its own. So adding the King B now on the clean boost mode. Treble, the EQ hasn't changed, so bass treble at 12 o'clock, gains all the way up. It's done this. Shortest version of Welcome to the Jungle ever, but it's just pushed it just a little bit more into that kind of classic rock territory. A little bit too much low end, so turn the bass all the way up. It's making me want to play loads of Guns N' Roses. I don't know why. Okay, so putting the bass back up to a half. This is the high gain mode on the Dirty Channel CL120. Should kind of carry more. Put the treble down to about 10 o'clock. Smidgy more, 11 o'clock. Quite cool. I'm not a big fan of that with the Les Paul so much. I like the cleaner mode. So going all the way up now, put the treble back to half. So this is now the mid-range, kind of medium gain mode. Gonna turn the treble down a bit. Lower the gain. Put the treble back up. That's quite a cool sound. I like that. Basically, everything's at 12 o'clock bar the level, which is at 11. But yeah, so that's how it reacts to a Dirty Channel sound, which is really nice. Actually, I wanna do something. quite sure where I was going with that one, but I just had this feeling something was grabbing me. I don't know exactly where any of that was going, but anyway. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video on the King Bee pedal. I'm not sure if it'd be a pedal for me, but it is a nice pedal. I love the mid setting with the gain all the way up. I love that. It's borderline fuzz and it's really cool. I love that sound a lot. But there's certain things about this pedal that I think, there's certain things that kind of annoy me. The gain has to be at half or over, and that kind of, I feel that's a bit of a waste myself. But I don't know. That's just me probably talking well out of turn. But yeah, it's a great pedal though. It sounds nice, but I do feel it works better with humbuckers than it does single coils or anything else. It's more, it seems to be more voiced that way. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but to my ears and from what I've experienced over the last couple of weeks playing through this pedal, it definitely appears to get on better with humbuckers than it does single coils. But yes, like I say, let me know what you think it sounds like in the comment section below. And thank you very much to my friend for lending me this pedal. And we're demoing the other one at the end of the week, so I'll see you then. Well, I'll see you on Wednesday, actually. I'll see you before then. But yeah, thanks very much to my friend for lending me these pedals. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed, and they're really cool. Yeah, and I'll see you all again very, very soon for another video. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening. Goodbye now. Have a great one.